What is an attorney to do when he or she has a client who is asking or insisting that the lawyer do something that is either illegal or unethical? Today, we are going to tackle that question here on Joe the Lawyer. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Joe Pometto. I'm a practicing Pittsburgh attorney. This is my show, Joe the Lawyer. On this show, we talk about legal topics, small practice of law, what it's like to be a lawyer, and legal news and other analysis. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. So today I want to talk about what is an attorney to do when a client insists on that person, on that lawyer doing something that the lawyer either knows is illegal, is unethical, or the lawyer just straight up does not want to do. The reason I tackle this question today is because it's come up fairly recently in my law practice, but it's come up in my law practice several times throughout my relatively short career. I've been practicing law for about 7 years. I've been on my own for about 4 years. And this has mostly come up when I've been on my own, right? When you work at a law firm, you may not have as much direct contact with the clients. The partner may be the one doing that. So this is something that partners would generally run into. Associate attorneys may on occasion as well. But me as a solo practitioner, I'm dealing directly with my clients. And I do criminal defense, personal injury. I do family law, a little bit of everything. This mostly happens in criminal cases, okay? It is a terrifying and intimidating thing when the full force of the law falls down on someone, right? When you are being prosecuted for a crime, you are being prosecuted by the state, by an entire state of the United States of America. Think about the resources and the power behind that, right? If you see those, it says state versus so-and-so, Commonwealth versus John Smith. You're up against the state. If you're in federal court, you're up against the United States government. It's a heavyweight. So people oftentimes in criminal situations where they're facing felonies on their record or jail time will do a lot of things to try to avoid the prosecution or get the case thrown out, okay? And most of the time, the first thing people are going to do is they're going to go and they're going to get an attorney, and they're going to ask the attorney to help them. Now, when a client hires a lawyer, they have to put their trust in that lawyer to a certain degree. And that lawyer can only use tactics, strategies, arguments that are legal and ethical, okay? But that is the way to go, okay? That is how you win a case or you get the best deal, is by falling within the confines of the law. Because if you try something, if a person accused of a crime tries something unethical or illegal, they can end up with more charges, okay? But I don't want to talk about the defendant situation. I want to talk about what a lawyer should do. So let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say a client comes to an attorney and says, look, I'm facing charges. I'm in the criminal court. They're accusing me of a crime. But I've also, this is the client talking, I've also filed a civil lawsuit against the judge who is overseeing my case. Now, I want you as my attorney, the client is talking to the attorney, I want you as my attorney to bring up this lawsuit during the argument at a criminal hearing, all right? This is a hypothetical. Now, you as the attorney, you know that that's a bad idea, okay? This person has a lawsuit filed against the judge, all right? It's likely a frivolous lawsuit, and they want you to mention that at the criminal hearing, okay? Number one, all that's going to do is inflame the judge and make things worse for your client. So what do? In that type of situation, you need to say no. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, you need to say no. The attorney always has the last call on what they have to do, okay? And the reason it works that way is because the lawyer, if the client is insisting on the lawyer doing something, okay, that the lawyer doesn't want to do, thinks is unethical, or thinks is illegal, the lawyer can get off the case. The lawyer can get off the case, all right? And then that person can then, do whatever they want to do on a pro se basis, all right? But you as an attorney with your client, you cannot become the mouthpiece for any of their requests or activities that fall outside of the law or fall outside of ethics. Okay, and the reason for that is threefold. Number one, as a lawyer, you have a duty to yourself. Okay, you need to look out for your own law practice, your own reputation, and your own legal licensure. Okay, because if you get too involved in doing what a client wants you to do, and they may even tempt you with money to do this, all right, you're heading down a path where you're putting your own license, your own reputation at risk. Now, again, this isn't always the easiest thing to navigate, all right? But err on the side of caution. Put yourself first. Second is ethics, okay? If you know that what the person is asking you to do falls outside of the rules of professional responsibility, you can't do it. You can't do it, okay? You got to tell them, I can't do it. It is not within the rules of ethics, okay? And number three, generally, if you don't feel comfortable as the lawyer doing something and you need to turn this request down from the client, you are probably also doing the client a favor, all right? Because then the client is going to have a choice. They're going to have a choice between keeping you as their attorney, who they've placed a degree of trust in, or firing you as an attorney and proceeding pro se, okay? And if they go down the pro se route, pro se means represent themselves, all right, they're probably going to dig their hole even further and even further. So by refusing unreasonable demands or unreasonable requests of a client, okay, you are probably doing them a favor as well. This is a common pitfall in small practice, in solo practice, really in all practice of law. As an attorney, I like to do everything I can to help my clients, and I will do everything that I can within the realm of the law, within the realm of ethics. But if they ask you to do something unethical, such as bringing up at a hearing the fact that the client had sued the judge on a frivolous civil litigation case, okay, you don't have to do it. If you feel uncomfortable doing it, don't do it. Okay. Again, this is something I've encountered multiple times in my practice, and that's why I bring it up. Your duty first is always to yourself. Your duty number two is to the ethical considerations of being a lawyer and also to the court. Keep in mind, a lawyer, all right, has a duty to the court and also has a duty to the court to tell the truth. Everybody out there says, oh, lawyers are liars, lawyers are liars, lawyers are liars. No, lawyers are allowed to put forward theories based on facts or a lack of facts. Lawyers can put forward theories based on facts or a lack of facts, but lawyers cannot knowingly present to the court a lie, a false statement, etc. Okay, so everybody out there, oh, the lawyers are liars, liars. And I have no doubt that some lawyers, when they're talking to their clients, they exaggerate, they puff things up. Maybe they do lie. But if a lawyer knowingly lies to the court, their license is on the line, their reputation, their livelihood. So I would suffice to say that it is not that common. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. And there's obviously a gray area, but it is not that common. Lawyers generally are going to speak to the truth to the court, and a lawyer can also take a position of silence in certain situations. And lastly, refusing these unreasonable requests of clients is generally also going to work out favorably for the client, for that person themselves, even if they don't realize it at the time. So thank you for everybody for tuning in to Joe the Lawyer. Come to this show for legal information, legal opinion, legal analysis, small practice information. I'm Joe Pometto, Joe the Lawyer, practicing Pittsburgh attorney. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.